Hi, I'm Vera Franklin at Word Out Ministry, where our focus is to get the word out to the public regarding beneficial information for the body of Christ and our community. This is a Big Down production, and you can catch us on the following live streams and platforms: Apple TV, Roku TV, YouTube, Facebook Live, KMI 2024 ORG, Cross TV, Apple iPhone app, and your Android app. And then you can also watch us on KMI USA app and on the YouTube on the Jerry Green channel. Now, today, I'd like to introduce my guest to you, Mr. Justin Moore.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, good. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, welcome to Word Out Ministry today, and you look pretty good. It's a little chilly outside today, and it's about 45 degrees here in CT, getting cold, but we're so happy to have you here with us. Now, for those of you that don't know about Mr. Justin Moore, he has something that's going on in our community, and he does a few things. So, Justin, can you just tell us a couple of things that you do in our community?
Yes, well, my main job right now is working with Hampton Hall Country Day School. I am the upper school student engagement officer. So that's kind of like the pulse of the school. I handle a lot of like the behavioral issues in our school, but also like make sure that the kids are, everybody's fine, everybody's doing well, things that they like, things that they don't like. Try to create a good culture within our school. And then within that role, I also am the head JV basketball coach for the program. And then I also do in the winter and the spring, I do the health and fitness program. So kind of getting kids staying in shape, teach them how to lift weights, teach them how to eat healthy, things of that nature. But what I'm here for today really is the No More Excuses Basketball Academy. Me and my wife started about 3 years ago. It's a training-based company. We train kids, basketball, how to, good nutrition, how to keep a strong GPA so college coaches will stay interested.
Wow.
We just try to train up kids the proper way so they can have the best chance to, become athletic basketball players later.
Okay, so that the name of your is No More Excuses Basketball Academy.
Yes.
Now, that's a great catchy phrase.
Yes, it is.
And most of us love basketball. I know I'm an avid basketball fan. The students, when they come in, they have the classes in PE. Do they still have PE?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so PE. So they have the seasons when you go in the 4 seasons, you play soccer, basketball, volleyball, all those different things. So you're the coach for the basketball team.
Yes.
And you decided to take it a little further and come out into the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so, No More Excuses Basketball. Can you tell us, first of all, what are the ages for the students that get started in this program?
The age, they really can start at any age, but I try to keep around like the 8-year-old range, all the way up to, guys who are playing overseas.
Oh, wow.
But I found that most of my clientele and where the relationships and the most success I have is really at that middle school to high school level. That true developmental stage where, you either learned how to play the game from somewhere else and just take it a step further, or you are an elite athlete and you want to, take it even further with my tutelage and my experience that I have. So.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Is it for male and female? Because
yes,
now
absolutely.
we have, not only do we have the NBA, but we have the WNBA,
yes, we do.
and it's kind of like peaking,
Yeah,
So you have both. Okay, that's great to know, parents. That's absolutely great to know. So we talked about the ages from like 8 to high school. What are some of the things that we can expect if we, if I enroll my grandchild into your school for basketball, what can we expect?
Well, what you can expect, first of all, is going to be that tough love. I'm very honest.
Mm-hmm.
A parent comes to me and says, "Hey, I want my child to play at North Carolina and go on and be the number 2 pick in the draft one day." I tell them, "Well, that's probably not going to happen. We got to have realistic goals." So I try to help kids set goals. I give them out like a questionnaire whenever they
Uh-huh.
start, tell me your favorite player, what you want to get out of this, not what your parents want, and what she was trying to excel in specifically. I take that questionnaire and I kind of form up and tailor a workout dedicated to that athlete. But yeah, you're just going to get the experience, tough love coach. I mean, I'm from the south side of Pittsburgh, so we get it out the mud where I'm from. So it's going to be
Get it out the mud.
hard
Okay.
nose basketball, just grinding, just really trying to get you to understand the fundamentals first,
Uh-huh.
as well as the passion. I can't work with you if you're not going to show up every day excited about the game of basketball. Your parents just dropped you off, and you don't seem enthusiastic. Then it's going to be a conditioning day for us until you get that enthusiasm. That's the type of coach I am.
Well, that's great. I like to hear that you try to make it well-rounded. First of all, peaking with the student, the athlete, and they have to have the desire to be there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just the main thing.
exactly.
Um, so as far as your fees and all that stuff
Mhm.
there, I know that there's genetics that you go through. How do we contact you?
Oh, so you can contact me. You can either contact me Instagram
Mm-hmm.
at NME Hoops CT,
Mm-hmm.
or you can reach out to me, personally through via phone number 412-889-5990, and we also do emails. It's typically what we do is our emails where we can give you our fees and
Uh-huh.
how our packages work and whatnot. We are willing to work with you as well, and that's at NME Hoops 25 at gmail.com.
Okay, and we have a great logo, I think, that we can take a look at and just try to flash it on the screen so
Mhm.
when you're going through, there's no more excuses.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and they're holding that basketball like
Yeah.
Superman. I
That's
like
actually a
that.
photo of me from college. So
Oh, wow.
me grabbing a rebound. They actually took that photo, and my wife came up with that entire name, which is catchy. My last name's Moore with two O's. No more
Uh-huh.
excuses. It just makes sense. So I'm
That's
very proud of that.
that's excellent. And thank
Yeah.
your wife for her great expertise in that.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes. So now I'm going to talk about something else that we talk about what being in your athletic camp does.
Mhm.
Um, what does an athlete need? A student, what do they need to be a part of your camp?
Well, what they need is really just the desire to want to get better. And some basketball shoes. That's all
And
I.
some
That's all I
basketball shoes?
require. That's all I require. The desire to get better and some basketball shoes, and I can get the best out of you. Through that. I mean, just show up. This is if it's a passion for you. You got to treat it as a craft. Basketball has done so. Like I take basketball very serious. It's pretty much saved my life. I don't know where I would be without the game of basketball. So I try my best to install that seriousness into kids. Like that little orange ball can take you places that you can only imagine if you
Oh
allow it.
yeah.
And that's really my mission.
Okay, so where did you get your start out in basketball?
It really kind of started, the day I came out the McKee Sport Hospital in Pittsburgh. Really, my dad played at Duquesne University. My uncle played at Marquette with Doc Rivers. My dad played with Norm Nixon. My aunt played at Pitt. I mean, we're a basketball family, so I really
Okay.
had no way around it. It was going to fall into my lap at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And just fall in love with the game at a young age. Um, Watching Michael Jordan on TV in the kitchen while my mom's cooking. Just inspired me to just say, hey, I want to try this out and take it as far as I can. And I thank God for that every day.
Okay, so did you play anywhere locally around? Because we're here in Connecticut.
Yeah, so that's where I met my wife. Was at the University of New Haven.
Shout out
Yeah,
UNH.
UNH. I got a full athletic scholarship there. Unfortunately, my mother passed away after my freshman year,
Sorry to hear that.
so I tried to transfer closer to home for family. So I ended
Mm-hmm.
up getting another scholarship at Edinburgh University, which actually turned out athletically to be just a better fit.
Mm-hmm.
Won some back-to-back conference titles there, played in the NCAA tournament. Um, had some pretty good teams. So that's where I was. I mean, prior to that, just playing in the public school leagues in the Pittsburgh area, playing for the not the New York, but the Pittsburgh Jots AAU program with J.O. Straight and the the great John Miller, Coach John Miller. His sons are actually Sean Miller and Archie Miller, who are coaches right now. I think Sean is, I believe he's at maybe Xavier right now,
Okay.
but he was at Arizona prior to that. I'm not sure where Archie is, but I know they're D1 coaches. But I played for their father in
Okay.
that program. So
So you have a well-rounded experience. And so setting up, since you went through that,
Mhm.
so you know what the teams are expecting if they want to play, for college.
oh, absolutely,
You're familiar with that, and
absolutely.
you went through it yourself.
Yes, yes, I've been through the grind. I went. I mean, even as far as I got hurt my senior year. I was supposed to go to WVU.
Hmm.
I made a verbal commitment there. Got hurt. Ended up going to Macedon Military Academy. So I played in the prep school leagues. I played literally at every league until pro. So I kind of know exactly what these kids are going to go through. Um, any adversities they're going through. There really is no more excuses to make. You can get to where you need to get as long as you stay on the right track. Sometimes people just need a mentor or a little guidance, and that's hopefully what I can provide with my
Well, that leads us back again to No More Excuses Basketball Academy. Now, are there any things that you do special for our students? Okay, so we're enrolled.
company.
My child is in. They're playing ball. They're doing okay. They're making the free throws.
Mhm.
They're not doing what some other pro players can't do.
Yeah,
They're doing a what 1-on-1. What you do 2-on-2, three
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Making the 3 pointers. All the stuff that the scouts are looking for.
Mhm.
But what do they do locally? Um, you know, Basketball season. Is there anything else that you do? Or do
Yeah.
you?
So we actually do a 3-on-3 tournament, which is every year in August. We get together in Queens, New York, with my aunt's foundation, the Charities Foundation out of Philadelphia.
Mhm.
Um, with She's actually the first lady of Elon, the church out in Philadelphia. Reverend Ellen Waller is the main pastor, but they host this tournament, a 3-on-3 tournament. We do it together, where we bring kids from all over the area. I mean, we had kids from Virginia,
Wow.
Philadelphia, New York, some kids from Connecticut, other parts of PA. Locally, they come right into what is that, Jamaica, Queens.
Mhm.
We show up, play on the court. It's a one-day event on a Saturday. Free food for all participants. They hand out trophies towards the end, and those proceeds go to a scholarship drive for the Charities Foundation. So that's something that I do in the summers. And then during March Madness, I have a scholarship drive program. Everybody picks a team. It's like $25. I let you watch the first two
Okay.
rounds for free. Like, you just watch it on your own.
Mhm.
And then once the second round hits, you get to pick whatever team you think is actually going to win it. You just give $25 towards at the end. Whoever wins, whatever team wins, they get 400. We keep 400. That 400 goes towards a scholarship for a player that wants to train, that maybe not be able financially to train with us,
That's
and we'll let
excellent.
them train through that. So we do that every year as well.
That's excellent. So now there's No More Excuses Basketball Camp. Um, is it going on now?
Yeah, it's all year round. All year round.
Oh, it's all year
All year round.
round.
I actually trained last night. Had 3 kids I trained last night. I actually don't have any training today, but I got some during the weekends. I mean, I'm constantly moving. I'm training anywhere, and this is also just to let people know. I have a facility in Plainsville called the Performance that I use, as well as a facility here in Hamden, which is called the Hoop House, that I can train out of during cold weathers. Typically, though, whenever it's summertime, I really like to be out in the community on
Okay.
that blacktop. I truly believe getting it out the mud, that tough concrete, hot summers, grinding. It's something about that takes me back to my childhood. I feel like the best players are really made in a pressure cooker. So, and that's typically where I'll try to train, is anywhere locally near you on the outdoor court. But if you prefer indoor, I can do that as well. I have facilities that we can provide that for.
Okay, so while you're training these students, you talked about the pressure cooker.
Mhm,
What challenges are our students facing today?
mhm.
As far as with basketball and what's going on now.
Like, I've said this before, like, and a lot of trainers will not say this, but I feel like a lot of kids are getting trainers, and they're just that's all they're using is their trainer. You can see that when they're playing basketball, it looks like a bunch of guys who have just been trained to do something. There's no
Mhm.
creativity. So kids aren't out here playing basketball at a competitive level all day like it used to be. I can remember, in summers growing up, you lost on one court, then we had to travel somewhere else to get another game because you weren't going to get back on because there were so many other players. There's so many people outside playing. You go out today, ain't nobody playing basketball outside or even flying a kite. Nothing. Kids are all indoors. I feel like the challenge is really these screens
Yeah.
and kids just watching highlights and then going in their backyard trying to highlight, showing their trainer the highlight. How can I do this highlight?
Uh-huh.
And now we just got a highlight league, and that's not basketball. You don't know what you can do until you actually are up against other individuals 5-on-5. That's where your creativity. I can't teach you creativity. I'm only. This is my pain. I can't help you create your own pain. And I feel like that's the challenge is trying to get these kids to understand. Yes, I'm training you. Yes, I thank you for the service, but you can't just use what I'm training you. You got to take it and then apply it in your practices or in games, and maybe you'll see that one move I did, there might be another counter to that because you cannot mimic live action. So that's really what the
So we
challenge
sort of
is.
like lost the fundamentals versus the skill set.
Yes, like I'll tell people this all the time. I feel like as basketball players, yes, they are more skilled. Are they better basketball players than back in the day? Absolutely not. I still feel like Dr. J would come here and probably score 60 on these kids today. Just because he's creative. He knows what to do. He's tougher. You know what I mean? He's playing in Chuck Taylors. You're like, come on. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. It's just a little softer now. And that's okay. But we really got to get back to just being creative fundamentally and stop watching so many highlights. Like that's not you.
Stop watching the highlights. You got to get in and do the work.
Exactly.
So there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses if you're in and doing the work.
Yeah.
So once again, tell us where we can find you at, how we can contact you.
So you can contact me. My number is 412-889-5990. Coach J is all you got to ask for. Or you can reach out to us on Instagram at NME Hoops CT. That's also on TikTok as well at NME Hoops CT. And then you can also reach out to me via email, which is nmehoops25@gmail.com.
Okay. So we are here and we are speaking with Justin Moore. He has No More Excuses Basketball Academy. He's located here in the state of Connecticut.
Yes.
He has two places where he can be here, in Hampton, Connecticut,
Yes.
and also
In Plainsville.
and also in Plainsville,
Plainsville,
Connecticut.
yes.
So he's on two different sections of the state of Connecticut. He services students that wanted male and female students that are developing skills, for basketball. He can train your child, train your student, and take them the local level, on to the high school level, and prepare them for college.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I'm just going to take one moment just to talk about something else that's going on in our community,
Yes.
and we'll get right back to you.
All right.
So this is what's going on locally here in the state of Connecticut.
Season's greetings from Big Don Productions and Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Christmas Toy Drive 2025, Saturday, December 20th at the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Performing that evening will be Jamila Douglas, Blessings, Calvin Cooper, Dre the Voice, Lisa Bellamy, Rock Tabernacle Male Chorus, comedian Dr. Irma Something Else. Featured guest group will be the legendary Tyrese Hall and the Golden Stars. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and show starts at 6 p.m. sharp. That's at Saturday, December 20th, the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Also, other sponsors include WJRG, Gospel Inspirations 94.3, WYBC Action First Broadcast, Rock Tabernacle Ministries. Tickets are $20. And for more information, call 203-875-0520. That's 203-875-0520. Or for tickets, Cash App at $84 Plymouth. That's Cash App at $84 Plymouth for the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Toy Drive 2025.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Hope to see you there. Now, once again, this is Mr. Justin Moore with us today. He's with No More Excuses Basketball Academy. Justin, thank you so much for being with us today and stopping by Word Out Ministries. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, no, I mean, it's just, as long as you guys have the work ethic and if you're interested, I am more than willing to take on new clients. The game of basketball has so many parallels to life, which makes it such a great game. Being down 20 is not, an easy task to conquer, but you can conquer it. You just take it by, hey, let's get it down to 15. All right, now let's get it down to 7. Now let's get it down to 3. Next thing you know, you're up 5. You might be back down 5. That's exactly how life is, the way my mom broke it down. And if you understand that portion of it, it actually will help you later on in life, not just basketball. So, take a chance. I'm willing to help anybody, male or female, ages 8 to adult. I'll provide the service that I can for the community. But I want to thank you. It's been great.
Okay, can we see that logo one more time? So you don't have any excuse for No More Excuses Basketball Academy. Justin, thank you for stopping by
Yes.
Word Out Ministry today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Yes.
Thank you for being a great inspiration to our youth here in this area. Thank you for your services. And we're going to look forward to seeing you again soon
Yes.
and coming back and stopping by. And thank you today for turning into Word Out Ministry. That concludes our show for today.